So if it were a 1-for-10 stock split, stock price goes from 1 to 10, the deliverable goes from 100 to 10. So if you were to exercise, you'd pay your strike price times 100, and now you would receive 10 shares of stock at that new stock price versus the original 100 pre-split. Those special attributes that we talked about with the mergers and acquisitions, a lot of those remain. The cash in lieu, there's still a possibility for that. Pricing formulas, especially on a reverse stock split or a forward stock split on an odd ratio, those pricing formulas are going to come in handy again, because the price that you're seeing of the stock isn't the price as it relates to your option. Non-fluctuating cash values, again, if there is any cash associated with that split, that cash will remain fixed. But there are some other things as well, and these are the things that I really want to take some time on. Subsequent adjustments, especially on a reverse stock split. If that company is in danger of going below that exchange minimum, they may do another reverse stock split, and another, and another, and another. And it is further diluting the value of the stock, number one, and it's diluting the value of the options contract. And it may get to the point that you can't have less than a single share deliverable. What happens after that is it's going to be a cash deliverable, period. And what that means is, let's say split after split after split, and now the deliverable is simply $75 in cash, period. Then the stock price doesn't matter, because the option is no longer tied to the value of that stock. That option is now going to be locked in, value of $75 a share. So subsequent adjustments do happen, and they may cause further adjustments and further reductions in the value of the contract. Rounding, if there's a fractional share rather than paying cash, the company may stipulate that the shares are to be rounded up or down to the nearest whole share. And what that means to an option holder is, there's and this isn't a stock split, it was a dividend payment recently, but the effect of it is the same. The dividend payment, and this is off the top of my head, I want to say it's 6.25 shares per 100 shares of stock. So, but 6.25 shares per 100 shares of stock. Remember, we had talked about how each adjustment is made on a per contract basis. So if I had 400 shares of stock as a stockholder, I'm getting 6 whole shares for every 100. So that's 6 whole shares for every 100, and I've got 400. So I'm getting 24 shares, plus I get 1/4 share for every 100. So now I've got 25 shares of stock that I would get as a result of that being a shareholder. Let's flip it over to the stock, or flip it over to the options. 6.25. If the company stipulates that there are no fractional shares being issued, and that you're rounding up or down to the nearest whole share, that 6.25 shares per option becomes 6 shares only. So if I had 4 option contracts, now that equates to $24 of stock, not $24, 24 shares of stock, versus the aggregate stockholder gets 25 shares. So the stockholder gets 1 extra share than the options buyer or seller does. So that rounding can absolutely cause a change. That